Well, welcome back to another episode of Daphne, and yeah, it's a bit of a slower week, and you get to a point in every race car life where your wife looks at you and says, "Your car sounds like a tractor." Yeah, so time to pull the exhaust, and yeah, well, it's a pretty big hole in the exhaust. So fair enough, sounded like a tractor. Let's fix it. Well, went over to the milk supply chain as we live in Hamilton, and got some stainless tube. Borrowed a welder and yeah, start mocking it up. It's not that hard from this point. I mean, draw a bunch of lines, make some cuts, and weld tube, right? It's pretty easy. Now, if you're going to do this, if you're taking an exhaust off and you want a similar exhaust to go back in the same spot, make lots of marks before you cut it. It really sucks to have all these parts and tubes laying beside you and then really just trying to match up where the grinder slipped and made a bit of a mark for you. So, yeah, grab a Sharpie, draw some lines, then you know how it all goes back. Just a little tip. Okay, you may be watching me at this point and looking at the nice piece of stainless tube and the two quite grungy pipes, the muffler and the resonator at each end, and thinking, really? You didn't buy a new one? You're just welding new tube to an old muffler? Come on. I got a bit of a defense for myself. They're expensive. So yeah, no, that's the way it went. Luckily, they were still in really good shape internally. No baffles were dangling or anywhere. So I went and welded them back on. Well, I tried. As you can see, TIG welders make really nice welds when you're a really good welder. You know what? I'm not even going to say most people can make good welds on a TIG welder. Today was not my day. Not at all. Not even a little bit. It was pretty much the equivalent of birds sitting on top of the tubes and just dropping some lead metal on for me. Yeah. Anyway, it held. For whatever reason, though, this end of the pipe just would not weld. I just couldn't get a nice weld, and I sort of went to any fabricator's backyard trick and pulled out the MIG. Yep, you see me. I wanted to make sure these things weren't going to crack off, and with all of the splatter that the TIG weld make, I figure this will at least, the MIG will hold it. So, yeah, just covered it. Covered the thing in weld. She's solid. But of course, what's the best way to hide a MIG weld is to then take the TIG welder, just brush it over. Just push that built up metal down a little bit and try to hide it until that little nipple pops up. You can't hide some things, guys. You just can't. There's proof. Look, in the end, we have an exhaust. She's going to go back onto the car. She doesn't have a giant hole in it. I'm quite happy with that. So this is just a bit of a week wrap up, but thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. See you next week.